This is Larry Henares making your day with part 25 of an article I wrote on Great Civilizations, chapter, A Woman of Islam. And I continue to quote, "Wives in Islamic societies face great difficulty in suing for divorce, but husbands can be released from their vows practically and virtually on demand in some places merely by saying, 'I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you,' 3 times. Though in most Muslim states, divorces are entitled to alimony, in Pakistan it lasts only for 3 months, long enough to ensure the woman is not pregnant. The same 3-month rule applies even to Muslim minority in India. There, a national law provides for long-term alimony, but to appease Islamic conservatives, authorities exempted the Muslims. Fear of poverty keeps many Muslim women locked in bad marriages, as does the prospect of losing their children. Typically, fathers win custody of boys over the age of 6 and girls after the onset of puberty. Maryam, an Iranian woman, says she has stayed married for 20 years to a philandering opium addict she does not love because she fears losing guardianship of her teenage daughter. Islam supposedly gives me the right to divorce, she says, but what about my rights afterwards? Women's rights are compromised further by a section in the Quran, Surah, chapter 4, verse 34, which has been interpreted to say that men have preeminence over women, or that they are overseers of women. The verse goes on to say that the husband of an insubordinate wife should first admonish her, then leave her to sleep alone, and finally beat her up. Wife beating is so prevalent in the Muslim world that social workers who assist battered women in Egypt, for example, spend much of their time trying to convince victims that their husbands' violent acts are unacceptable. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with part 25 of an article I wrote on Great Civilizations, chapter, A Woman of Islam. And we continue to quote. Now this is the saga of Malala Yousafzai. Malala started to speak out for girls' rights at the age of 11. When the Taliban banned girls from going to school in the Swat Valley in Pakistan. Malala defied the rules and kept on going to school. Her life was under threat, and at times she had to go into hiding. On the 9th of October 2012, when she was 15, on her way home from school, a man dressed in white with face hidden behind a bandana boarded the bus she was riding and asked, "Which one of you is Malala?" None of the girls in the back of the minibus said a word, but their faces revealed who Malala is. The man raised his pistol, fired 3 rapid shots, bang, bang, bang. The first hit Malala in the head, but Malala survived. The Taliban thought they could silence Malala by killing her. Instead, they gave her an even stronger voice, which can now be heard all over the world. Malala is determined to continue her struggle for every child's right to an education. She believes that education is the future, and that one child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. Under her care is the Malala Fund, created to fund the education of Muslim girls. All over the world, great foundations are funding the fight against sex trafficking, prostitution, domestic violence against women, and also the fight against opposition to reproductive health, equal pay for women, breastfeeding as a norm for the nurture of the human race. The saga of Malala is an inspiration to the women of the Muslim world and will no doubt in the course of time bring about the liberation of all women of Islam in conjunction with the rights of women leaders and the nannies, the yayas, the nurses, the caregivers of the Philippines to frustrate the Taliban, the Al-Qaeda, and the ISIS of this world. Good will always prevail over evil. Truth will always prevail over untruth. Beauty will always prevail over ugliness, all in the fullness of time. And when the stories have been told, and all the songs have been sung, and all there is to be has become, civilization will flower again under the family-oriented, mother-directed synthesis of all religions based on tolerance, goodwill, and compassion to last for millenniums in the future. And we Filipinos, with all our faults and idiosyncrasies, hope to be the first citizens of that world. This is Larry Henares making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.